That was an easy decision to make.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. It is almost time to get started with our next game, everybody. Get back to your seats. We are about ready to kick off game number 2 of day number 3. That's a lot of math. 3s and 2s.
I don't do math on Saturdays. I don't do math on Sundays. I just don't do math.
We are gearing up for Duke City and the Humboldt Redwood Rollers, about ready to kick off.
And with that, woo! Well, we went from 4 minutes now to it's time for Derby, so let's do a quick rundown. We've got Humboldt Roller Derby, who's ranked 111th in the WFTDA standings. And we have number 2, Bianca Swagger. Number 21, Zombie Stardust, that's their captain. Number 218, Purple Sticky Punch. Number 222, Too Legit. Number 239, Nacho Amiga. Did I say that right?
Nacho Amiga.
Amiga. Number 26, Atreyu. Number 37, Catastrophe. Number 4, Ferocious Dimples. Number 420, Hot Box. Number 423, Peaches and Scream. Number 44, Rotten Tula Core. Number 5, PK Roland. Number 6, Barium. Number 700, Sprocket Rocket. And number 80, Mod Behavior.
And representing the Duke City Muñecas Muertas in today's game, number 10, Banff. Number 1013, Holly Seidel. Number 11, Killer Queen. Number 15, Harley Darlin. Number 17, Puns of Steel. Number 18, Eiffel Terror. Number 24, Smackillivry. I'm going to call them Smack. Number 311, Beat on a Brat. Number 464, Inducin' Agony. Number 505, Swearin' Marie. Number 55, Bo Derelict. Number 75, Tamtrum. Number 80, Meep Meep. And number 9, Kel's Inferno.
And with that, we are halfway through jam number 1. Today we've got Humboldt in the white jerseys and Duke City in the black jerseys. And the ones with the stars are the jammers, the one with the stripes are the pivots.
Got it.
Everybody else is blockers. I am now officially caught up this morning.
I think we've got it all figured out. Nicely done.
Hopefully I have my life together this game. It's good.
All right, well, Meep Meep and Sprocket Rocket are your jammers. Rocket, I would assume.
Rocket. Penalty box is clear.
And Rocket takes the outside line for another pass. Looks like 4 more points for Humboldt.
And Meat being held up in the back here with a very strong
Wow.
tripod.
Yeah,
from
some
Humboldt.
great defense at the back of the pack by the Humboldt Redwood Rollers. These two teams very close in the WFTDA rankings, 111 and 110. So that's about as close as it gets. In fact, it can't get any closer. Yes, I know. That's why we were running through the thing. It's weird. I don't know what happened.
So we got Bo Derelict on the track for Duke City.
Yeah, and it looks like our jammers Atreyu for the Redwood Rollers. Atreyu trying to work against that tough defensive formation at the front, and there they go. Lead jammer status goes to Humboldt. Atreyu.
I like that name. I like that band. But it looks like Bo Derelict has made it out of their initial pass. Hopefully trying to come around and maybe score a few points before that is called.
Yeah, Atreyu knocked out to the inside, decides to call it off, and keeps that at a 2-0 jam, the advantage to Humboldt.
And we've got Banff for Duke City.
Yeah, and a hot box jamming for the Humboldt Redwood Rollers. One skater from each team in the penalty box, so we've got an abbreviated pack for a few moments. A little more room for those jammers to do their thing.
Everybody's huddled on the jammer line.
Yeah, Duke City at the back of that formation, doing their best to hold back hot box. And there goes Banff, lead jammer for Duke City. 13-8 on the scoreboard in favor of Humboldt early here in the first half. Whistles in the turn number 2. It looks like, oh boy, the jammer for Humboldt is coming off the track. It looks like a cutting penalty. So Duke City with a power jam situation.
But gives up that power jam situation for a cut, so they will sit, and Humboldt is being released from that penalty box.
Swapping jammers in the penalty box.
Little jammer do-si-do.
Well, all right. A dosado. It's pronounced dosado.
Is that a dosado? Okay, cool. Got it. And this pack is very well stretched out between turns 2 and 3, but Humboldt does make it out. But at this point, we have no lead. It is a full 2-minute jam.
Yeah, hot box they had to release at the front when those blockers rolled out of play. Nice blocking up at the front by Duke City. They've got all 4 blockers trying to hold back hot box.
But with a little hot, Banff makes it through turn 4 for 4 more points on that board.
Yeah, nice work by Meep. Fancy footwork on the inside line. It's a 2-on-1 at the front, and Hotbox makes it through for another 4 points for Humboldt, and that is the end of the jam.
You guys got a 24 from Duke City. Smack delivery. You remember that one?
So we've got Duke City with 19 to Humboldt 17. I think we had a couple random lead changes in there. With about 24 minutes left on this first period clock. We've got Meep out on the jammer line.
Yeah, and 2 legit jamming for the Humboldt Redwood Rollers in white. Duke City in the black uniforms with the green trim.
And Humboldt's got 1 blocker and their pivot in the box. But their 2 blockers making good work of recycling Meep to the back, while Humboldt's jammer 2 legit is being sent to the penalty box.
Yeah, and it looks like Duke City wants to call it off right away and get their strategy together with the Humboldt jammer in the box.
That's called a power start.
Power start.
Power start. Power.
It's very powerful. Bo Derelict taking the line as the only jammer at the beginning of the jam.
With only having to face against... Nope. Banff. They changed it on you. You spoke too soon. And Humboldt's only got 3 blockers out there right now.
Yeah, nice opportunity here for Duke City with 2 legit in the penalty box for the Redwood Rollers. And there it is. Lead jammer goes to Duke City. They are in control of this jam. Let's see what they can do.
Humboldt sending their pivot to the box as one of their blockers is released.
Yeah, looks like it's Catastrophe headed to the sin bin.
That's another 4 on the board for Banff. But
Wow.
2 legit coming out of that penalty box saying, you know, I'm going to give you a little shove to the outside.
Yeah, nice work there by 2 legit, forcing her out of bounds. And Duke City calls it off before any more damage can be done by 2 legit. Great strategy out there by the Muñecas Muertas. Muñecas Muertas.
And then you're still holding the lead by 9 points because, hey, I did math. Very proud of myself.
That's pretty good math.
Very simple math. That's about all I can do.
Holly Seidel on the line for Duke City. Looks like Sprocket Rocket jamming for the Redwood Rollers. 1 blocker from each team in the box to start.
But Humboldt's pivot, it has been released already. Coming in nice and hot to try to give some offense for Sprocket.
Great defense by both teams as these teams are still stuck up there in the blocker box at the jam start line.
Humboldt's pivot is Catastrophe going back to that, what is that called, penalty box? Yeah, that's a penalty box.
And we do have, it looks like a lead jammer being announced.
But being
Holly
recycled
Seidel
back.
from Duke City, but she's got to go back to re-enter legally.
We're now at turn 3 in the front. We've got some more exchanges in the penalty box between blockers. But with that call-off, that is able to release Humboldt's pivot from the box. But Duke City, their pivot and one blocker is still in the box.
Yeah, no points scored on that jam. Double zeros on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it looked like there was just several times that pack was just stretching out so much that, the refs are having to call, no pack. We do have rules. You do have to, play within a certain part of the track.
Looks like we had a team timeout being called by Humboldt. That gives us a chance to thank all of our officials and volunteers here at the Dust Devil. Our skating officials, our NSOs, security, medics.
Announcers, don't forget the announcers.
Photographers.
You're
I
like,
always
no.
forget the announcers. And we got some great vendors out there today if you guys want to come out and help to support Flat Track Roller Derby. So Nada Nitwit has got some great bags over there if you like fanny packs or other kinds of sewn items. Some fantastic stuff. I'm getting the taco fanny pack later. It's a fanny pack encrusted in tacos. Very cool.
I like that. And we got Tooth Gems and Charms by Too Naughty over there in turn 2. Give a little wave. Hello. I don't know if they can hear us over there.
Don't forget about Unmatched Graphic Design and Apparel. They are here representing, and Boom's Closet here as well. Check out those vendors. Support the people that support Flat Track Roller Derby.
I mean, I'm a little impartial to Unmatched and Boom's Closet because they are TRD skaters. That's Mad Hater with Unmatched and
wow.
Katie Kaboom with Boom's Closet.
That is awesome. All right, we're going to start this jam with 2 Duke City skaters in the penalty box. Meep Meep, your jammer, and it looks like Atreyu for Humboldt.
And we've already got a fast-moving pack. We're already in turn 2. We're actually past turn 2 now. But with that, Atreyu with a nice little fancy footwork there gets lead designation.
Yeah, works their way around on the inside. Meep Meep working hard against those Humboldt blockers at the front, 2-on-1. And knocked out to the inside. Meanwhile, Atreyu, full 4 points.
This is why you're focusing on that. I'm just going to get my points and keep skating.
And it looks like Meep Meep finally able to complete that initial pass.
A little star stash.
They won't know I'm the jammer if I'm not wearing the hat, right?
Right. Kind of looking around, trying to get some track awareness, see what's going on, and was just told to get going.
It's a big track.
It is a big track. Lots of things are happening. We got a fast-moving pack. Pack's moving almost as quickly as Atreyu right now.
Yeah, Atreyu, your lead jammer, in control here.
Now it's starting to look more like a roller derby race versus
Yeah, that
a
pack
full
is,
contact sport.
Yeah, the pack is flying, and there's the end of the jam.
That is the end of the jam. They were making some left turns, kind of just, waving to the crowd, getting some good photo opportunities.
26-25 on the scoreboard in favor of Duke City. A close score, as you would probably expect from 2 evenly matched teams. Duke City ranked 110 and Humboldt 111. So we are going to have a fantastic game here for our second game of the last day of Dust Devil.
It has been a fantastic tournament so far. We've had some great games. This is another great game. And we've got Hottie Box out there for Humboldt, and we've got Bo Derelict out there for Duke City.
Yeah.
Both facing some strong tripods.
Yeah, Duke City trying some offense against the Humboldt blockers at the back of the pack. Oh, boy. Oh, we've got a penalty to the Humboldt jammer. It looks like it's a high block penalty. A high block penalty to the Humboldt jammer. So we've got an advantage here for Duke City ahead on the scoreboard and looking to increase that lead. The pack is all strung out as Humboldt tries to hold back. Ouch!
That is knocked to the outside, being recycled back to turn 2.
Yeah, nice hit there by Barium to knock out that Duke City jammer.
Gotta love Derby and all the pun names. And that was a good penalty kill right there on Humboldt's part, waiting for their jammer to get back out of the box.
And there it is, Bo Derelict with that no pack call. She manages to get out and get lead jammer.
That was some hard work getting that lead designation with a minute 15 gone on this jammer clock. Some whistles are happening. Some people are being sent to the box.
Yeah, Bo Derelict manages to make her way through the Humboldt blockers. 4 more points for the Muñecas Muertas.
You just like saying that name.
I do. I love saying
It's
it.
a great name.
Hot Box working hard against 2 Duke City blockers. Oh my goodness. Going up against Puns of Steel, and it looks like we have another penalty to the Humboldt Jammer. Hot Box sent to the Hot Box.
I see what you did there.
And there's the end of the jam.
So some things happened.
There's a lot
There
happening.
was a lot of whistles, a lot of penalties, but only 4 points scored for each team. So we still got Duke City leading by 1, 30 to Humboldt's 29. We've got 16 minutes and 20 seconds left. And both jammers are in the penalty box. So what happens?
I think there's a black hole explosion, and we all die.
You really do not want to answer any ref questions this weekend.
We'll have a jammer soon enough. Here we go. Hot Box released from the penalty box, so we can have roller derby.
And Bo Derelict also released from the penalty box.
Ouch! Hot Box flying into that pack, and they are going to be whistled off for a low block penalty. Ouch! Jammer penalty troubles for the Redwood Rollers early in this game. Meanwhile, Bo Derelict still trying to get through for lead jammer status.
Being recycled back between turns 1 and 2. Duke City sends another blocker to the penalty box.
And Bo Derelict going it alone against the Humboldt defense.
Trying to do an effective penalty kill. They've
her-
almost made it.
Yeah, Duke City trying to bridge this thing out a bit, but it is rough sledding for Bo Derelict against all 4 blockers for Humboldt.
I mean, being a jammer myself, that is something that's rough when you're trying to push against 4 other humans.
Yeah, now they're getting a little bit of help out
There we
there.
go.
Looks like Skillalore, the captain, trying to offer some offensive assistance.
But Hot Dogs has been released from the penalty box at the front of the pack. Is able to make out of their initial pass. Bo Derelict still working hard because they both jammed the last jam and they're jamming again.
It seems like a lot of jamming to me. I don't really know, but it seems like a lot.
Oh, it seems like a lot. I mean, us announcers, we don't know much. We know some, but not much.
But it sounds like a lot.
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like maximum effort today.
Hashtag. Bo Derelict being held back at the rear of the engagement zone by a trio of Humboldt blockers. Things are pretty much at a standstill here in the apex between turns 1 and 2.
With some bridging happening as the pack is stretched out, but Hotbox is able to make it out for 4 points. I believe that's the only points put up on the board for that jam. So we've had a lead change. We got Humboldt with 33 to Duke City's 30.
The officials are signaling that we have an official review coming up. I'm pretty sure Humboldt calling for it.
And with that, we'll take the opportunity to talk about our sponsors this weekend. We've got Xfinity for all your cable TV needs. Got Xfinity, and we want to give, Tucson Roller Derby wants to give a big shout out to Xfinity because they are a sponsor for the season as well.
Also because Thundersticks.
Thunder sticks, that's right, that's what they're called. Those are those things you can hit together and make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have Body Central Physical Therapy, the official physical therapy sponsors of Tucson Roller Derby, and 2019 RollerCon.
Did they do that RollerCon raffle yet?
No, 3 p.m. today.
Oh, wow.
3
3 o'clock
p.m.
today, the RollerCon, what is it, the MVP pass? We're raffling off 2 of them. So make sure you buy your raffle tickets over at the merch table. You could be going to RollerCon for free this year.
An MVP style, because if RollerCon hasn't already sold out of those MVP passes, it will be happening very quickly.
Yeah, that is the goal of RollerCon, to be the MVP of RollerCon, I'm sure. And don't forget about the Humboldt Redwood Rollers merchandise. Some great t-shirts for sale, as well as some other swag. Support
They've
Flat
got
Track
koozies.
Roller Derby and buy some stuff.
Duke City was challenging the failure to reform on field 6. Officials saw
It was called by Duke. Scoreboard was
All right, so that official review, Duke City was looking for a failure to reform penalty against Humboldt. The call on the track stands, and they're going to lose that official review. They wanted to overturn the failure to return call.
Fair enough. Either way, they did not retain.
You're always getting failure to returns.
Me? Them? Everybody? Okay. So with that, they do not retain their official review. And we have some jammers out there for the teams. I believe we got 2 legit
Oh, gosh.
who did get a track cut. So being sent to the penalty box. Who else do we have out there? There's some skaters out there. They're doing some things.
It's this hard-hitting analysis that I love about your announcing style.
Some things have happened. I might eventually catch up with it. So Duke City does have a jammer out there, we promise, and they are pushing against a tripod. It is Power Jam to Duke City. There we go, I caught up. See? You just gotta give me a second. And 2 legit is released from that penalty box and is recycled to the back. And recycled to the back again. Pack.
And there you have it. That would be 10-13.
Holly Seidel
making her way through for Duke City. And they call off the jam right away. 30-33 on the scoreboard in favor of the Redwood Rollers.
We got Sprocket Rocket for Humboldt and Banff for Duke City. Yeah, let's just get that out of the way. Just automatically name the jammers.
That's good.
Penalty box is clear. So we got a full complement of blockers for both teams. Everybody's having a cuddle party on the jammer line.
Looks like a low block penalty being called to Catastrophe. Meanwhile, we've got lead jammer for Duke City.
Sprocket Rocket still trying to make her way through turn number 2. Looks like we got a forearm call to Duke City's blocker. Banff being recycled to the inside, back to turn 2.
Yeah, working hard at the back up against that trio of Humboldt blockers. Hit out to the outside, comes back in clean, now to the inside.
I really appreciate this team reducing, reusing, and recycling. It's always important, helps the environment, and makes for some good derby.
Recycle jammers whenever you can, absolutely. They go right in the blue bin.
And with that, Sprocket Rocket, while we're distracted, makes it out.
Banff being held back and hit to the outside, calls off the jam. Zombie, Stardust, Nacho Amiga, and Catastrophe, the trio of Humboldt blockers, forcing that call off. I learned that from you.
And it looks like we've got Meep for Duke City with Atreyu for Humboldt. Having another... Now I'm just really excited to say cuddle party again at the jammer line. I really like saying cuddle party now. Trying to work on their defensive strategies.
And here we go. Atreyu and Meep doing their thing at the back of the pack. Meep takes the outside line and gets lead jammer. Humboldt lead jammer.
That's Atreyu. That's Atreyu. Meep
thank
is
you.
Duke City.
Thank you.
It was my day to babysit you, so I'll help you out.
Nice.
We got the penalty box clear, so we get full complement of blockers.
33-33 on the scoreboard as it stands.
That's a lot of threes. Looks like we got some recycling going on.
Yeah, Meep sent all the way to the back. Trying to work their way around Maud behavior.
And Atreyu making it through that tripod with Meep being sent to the penalty box on a illegal contact. Illegal contact?
Yeah, looks like some kind of an illegal contact penalty for Meep.
I play this sport. You think I'd learn the hand signals? But Atreyu coming back around for another 4 points.
Yeah, you probably just never get penalties.
You for sure know that's not true. But I do appreciate when you call me lead jammer, so it's fine.
All right, so Atreyu working solo here in a power jam situation.
And
Up
Pat
at the front.
getting stretched out, but able to make it through.
Yeah, they slip around Kells Inferno to complete that scoring pass. 4 more points for Humboldt.
4 more points. 4 more points.
Meanwhile, Meep going up against all 4 Humboldt blockers at the front. And that is hard to do. And there's the end of the jam. Nice work.
So that was a 16-point jam for Atreyu. I think that's the largest jam so far this game. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for doing your job. That takes Humboldt to 49 and it holds Duke City at 33. And it looks like we've got some jammers out there. Who are out there? I can't see.
Looks like Bo Derelict is out there jamming for Duke City. And PK Rowland.
First time out for PK
Humboldt.
Rowland.
Yep. And they get lead jammer status. PK Rowland, lead jammer.
Bo Derelict still facing some defense here on the straightaway as PK Rowland comes around for their first scoring pass.
Yeah, robust blocking there at the back of the pack by Duke City. And there it is, 4 more points. PK Rowland makes it through.
But Bo Derelict about a quarter track behind, hoping to sneak in a few points, but is unable to as PK Rowland calls off that jam.
That is a heads-up play by the Humboldt jammer to call off the jam.
Extending the lead by 20 to Humboldt. And we've got 2 legit for Humboldt. That was a very fast 20-point lead right there. I think it only took them 2 jams to do that.
Oh, we got a quick official timeout being called on the track. Stand by, everybody. Let me see this thing. Here's what I've been doing.
It was a Derby country song. You don't know about it. Starlight Jammer, you know, something like that.
I've been doing my own graphics on the live feed. So.
Family picture. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Just giving props to the volunteers.
So there's a whole list of volunteers that we just posted to all. Let's see how many viewers. We got 47 viewers on the YouTubes, but they're being very quiet this game. They're not talking to us at all. They're just watching. They're just fixated because this is a good game so far.
I think they're listening to the incredible announcing. So I think
They're just blown away. They are just left speechless.
they can't believe what they're hearing in more ways than one.
And a big shout out to our refs and our NSOs this weekend because they are not paid. They are here just purely for the joy of the sport.
Yeah,
So-
all the volunteers that it takes to make a big tournament like the Dust Devil happens, thanks very much. Tucson Roller Derby always works super hard to put this thing on and do a great job of it.
Yeah, shout out to Helenati. Helenati, Mystery Meat. Who else do we got? Pariah Carey. I mean, it's insane. It is absolutely unimaginable how much work they put in.
All right, this jam starting with the Humboldt Jammer in the penalty box. PK Rowland beginning in the penalty box. That must have been what that official timeout was about. They got that straight, and now lead jammer
Holly
goes
Seidel.
to Duke City. Yeah, Holly Seidel, the only jammer on the track as it stands.
Holly pushing that last blocker out of play and is released for that 4 points. But PK Rowland has been released from the box, and they're going to see what they are able to achieve this jam.
Yeah, penalty box now clear. We've got all of our roller derby people where they're supposed to be, which is on the track. Holly Seidel pushed all the way to the back of the pack as PK finishes up their initial pass. And there it is.
But Holly Seidel says, nay, I'm going to take my 4 points and send you back to the bench with none. And with that, YouTube is talking to us. They said we're doing really great. HR is doing a good job calling the pack. Somebody else is on the edge of their seat.
That's cool. Looks like we are seeing the official review signal out there on the track. So the teams are going to meet up with the officials, try and sort something out. Stand by, everybody, while our official review takes place.
So we'll sit here and enjoy some Jimi Hendrix playing on the
Okay.
tunes.
As you do. Hey, we're on TV. Right on.
Hi. Wendy giving a shout out on the YouTube, saying, so proud of our Humboldt skaters. Go HRD.
I'm going to get this official review analysis right.
Please do.
Humboldt's looking for a late hit to be assessed to the black 505. For a late hit to the white jammer.
Okay.
The no call will stand.
The no call. I will wait until the head ref is done. Such a pro move. I'm learning so much from all this grown-up stuff.
You're remembering how to manage.
It's all coming back.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like the official review has come to its natural conclusion. It looks like Humboldt was looking for a late hit penalty to the jammer, and they did not get it. That no call is going to stand on the track.
No more
Both
official
official reviews out of the way here early in the first half.
But do they get a new one in the second half? They do get a new one. They say, hey, we're going to reset. It's shining. They give it a little spit shine. Good to go. So who's out there on the track right now? We got Banff.
Well, everybody is out there because the penalty box is clear.
Good job. Oh, and just as you say that, a Duke City blocker is being sent to the penalty box.
I am the jinx. Looks like Sprocket Rocket jamming for Humboldt.
And Banff, with a nice little side surf move, is able to get past that last blocker. But Sprocket Rocket with lead says, I'm going to call it.
Well, that's your induce and agony of the penalty.
Thank you very much for that.
Induce an agony in that penalty box.
I've been looking for a reason to say that roller derby name all day.
And I just stole it
And
from
yeah,
you.
you totally took it away, yeah.
And she's waving at us from the box. Remember, they do not have cookies in the penalty box, so you don't want to go there.
That is a common misconception.
No kittens to pet either. So with that, we have a Treyu out on the jammer line for Humboldt with
Meep jamming for Duke City.
And Humboldt is sending a blocker to the box. Again, there's no kittens to pet, no cookies to be had. But with that, Meep does get lead designation when a Treyu is being sent to the box for a track cut.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Duke City. They are behind on the scoreboard, so we'll see what they can make of this advantage with a power jam happening right now.
Meep stretching that last blocker to the out of play and is giving the good old keep on going. You have a power jam.
Yep, she slips around Maud behavior at the front of that engagement zone to complete the pass.
But Atreyu is released from that penalty box. Looks like they're going to do a little bit of a four-wall defensive in the back for them.
Meep still working hard against three Humboldt blockers at the front. And it looks like Atreyu manages to get through and complete their pass.
With a little star stash, going to be returning their star to their helmet.
And Meep decides to call off the jam.
We're also getting a shout out to the camera work by Mr. Jaws himself behind the camera between the two team boxes. Really stepped up the game. We're in high definition. We've got different camera angles.
Technology, am I right?
Am I right? And also, shout out to Blue Raccoon from the Molly Morbids from TJ Hunter. So there you go. And now back to the Derby. We have two legit on the jammer line for Humboldt.
Yeah, and Bo Derelict out there jamming for Duke City. Some offense being supplied out there by number 9, Kels Inferno, trying to help her teammate make it through.
But both of them facing some very strong tripods.
Yeah, nice stout defense out there by both teams. Bo Derelict working at the front of the engagement zone against the Humboldt blockers. And they are swallowed back up into the pack.
Stretching beyond turn 2, almost into turn 3. We got 40 seconds gone on this jammer clock, and now we have lead designation going to 2 legit with Humboldt.
Yeah, that was tough going on that initial pass for Too Legit. Now, Nacho Amiga hits Bo Derelict out to the outside. They're going to have to recycle all the way to the back.
And Too Legit trying to do some fancy footwork on that outside
All the roller
line.
derby is going the wrong way. What's happening?
That's called anti-derby direction. It happens.
Are we rewinding?
We are rewinding. We're rewinding. We are resetting. And again, both jammers having some difficulties with these tripods.
Yeah, Too Legit getting a little bit of offensive help out there by their pivot. Rotten Tula Core.
I like that name. I like all their names today. It's
a good
very
name.
good.
Must be a roller derby thing.
It is a roller derby thing. I mean, we do have puns of steel.
Wow. Too Legit tiptoes around the apex and makes it through on that pass. That was close.
Bo Derelict still working on their initial with only 13 seconds left on this jammer clock.
This jammer thing looks hard.
It's very difficult. I mean, roller derby in general looks difficult, but being a jammer, trying to push against 4 other humans.
And there it is, the end of the jam.
And with that, Humboldt puts 7 on the board, bringing them to 60. And with Duke City's 49, with only about 30 seconds left on this period clock, but it looks like we'll have just enough time for maybe one more jam.
Come on, squeak one in there. Sprocket Rocket jamming for Humboldt, and it looks like Holly Seidel out there for Duke City.
Cuddle party. Cuddle party at the jammer line.
And lead jammer, Duke City, Holly Seidel makes it through. Holly getting some directives from her bench. I think good advice is always a good idea.
It's very helpful. Duke City sending a blocker to that penalty box.
Yeah, Killer Queen sent to the sin bin.
I really like that name, Killer Queen. It's one of my favorite Queen songs right there.
Uh-oh, looks like another blocker. No.
No, changed
right.
their minds.
Come on back.
Both jammers are out, with Holly Seidel having that lead jammer designation. Being told to go ahead and run it. And puts another 4 points up on the board, but so does Sprocket Rocket. And Killer Queen being released from that penalty box. And Holly Seidel went ahead and called that after getting 3 points. But Humboldt not putting up any. So that was 11-point jam to Duke City, bringing them to 60. A 4-point jam to Humboldt, bringing them to 64. And I believe we are at halftime, sir.
That's what they call it. We're at halftime. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. Get yourself something to eat, something to drink. Check out the vendors. You got it. Great stuff over there. So not a nitwit. I'm going to go get that taco fanny pack right now.
You go get it. And we'll be back in about 12 minutes. We'll come back a little sooner.
What up? Not mine. So now everybody knows about my Venom shirt. It is almost time for roller derby to resume. Head back to your seats. Get ready for the second half of our game here today between Duke City and Humboldt. Fasten your seatbelts. It is going to be a bumpy landing.
If you are a roller derby team, possibly a coach, and you've lost your warm-up sheet. Oh, I think this is Tramps. Tramps, I have your warm-up sheet is randomly on the floor.
What a warm-up sheet is a sheet you wrap yourself in when you're warming up?
I think.
Cool. Flannel?
Coarse flannel.
Nice.
So if I can have somebody from the Tramps please come get your warm-up sheet. I found it on the ground. Unless you don't want it. There we go. Thanks, Rage. You look good.
Look how that works out. All right, it looks like we're about ready to get underway with the second half of our game. The Redwood Rollers are leading 64-60 on the scoreboard over the Muñecas Muertas from Duke City Roller Derby.
Oh, look, we're back on the YouTubes. Atreyu is getting a lot of shout-outs on the YouTube.
I think the term the kids use is blowing up.
Blowing up, going viral.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
Because we have 51,000 viewers on the YouTube right now.
To the dozens watching at home.
And to the couple of dozens in attendance. Let's get ready for some roller derby. And they are. There they go.
All's well with the world. All right, it looks like the second half is going to get underway with Humboldt one blocker down.
That's their pivot.
Yep, Bianca Swaga.
We've got Atreyu on the jammer line for Humboldt and Meep for Duke City. And we've got 5 seconds.
Meep.
And with that whistle, we're off and running in this first jam of the second half. 4-3 pack advantage to Duke City. But Humboldt working hard. But Meep does get a lead designation.
Yeah, Atreyu with some fast feet on the inside line manages to complete their initial pass.
Doing a little star stash. And Atreyu coming up for a scoring pass. With Meep getting 4 points on the board, Atreyu hit to the inside, being recycled back to turn 2.
Yeah, Atreyu in a bit of trouble there at the front, going solo against all 4 of the Duke City blockers. Not much offensive help there.
It's called a 4-wall. At least that's what we call it, so it's a 4-wall.
How about a quartet?
A quartet.
Oh.
But Atreyu being sent to the penalty box on a forearm, I believe.
Yeah, forearm penalty to the Humboldt jammer.
So now we've got a power jam to to Duke City. Let me get the correct team name.
Score all tied up at 64 right now. And Meep looking to take the lead.
Trying to stretch that pack out. Get those last blockers out of play.
Yeah, Meep and Nacho Amiga going at it at the front of the engagement zone.
and having to be released. Me with a very hard-fought 4 points. Shout out to Nacho Amiga, fighting till the bitter end. But Atreyu, it has been released from that penalty box. That Xfinity RollerCon penalty box. That'll be the name for it now. And that jam has come to its natural conclusion.
Yeah, that's what I always, I tried a couple of things.
Let's see what the points are. So Duke City putting up 11 points, bringing them to 71, with Humboldt's 4 points, bringing them to 68. We got a shout out on the YouTubes. Shout out to the announcers, keeping Knife Dance entertained.
Thank you, Knife Dance. All right, Bo Derelict and Too Legit, your jammers. Humboldt with 1 blocker in the box to start. However, they're going to have some company here as a penalty to Duke City. Harley Darlin headed to the box.
With Too Legit out on lead designation, but Bo Derelict about a half track behind finishes their initial pass. And with a little spin hop move, Too Legit puts 4 points up on that board.
Yeah, nice job out there by the Humboldt jammer.
But Bo Derelict says, you know what, I'm just going to run by this real quick and match that 4 points right quick.
Yeah, answers right back with their own scoring pass.
Pack moving just a little bit. Blockers trying to stop the jammers, because that is the goal of roller derby. Too Legit hit to the outside, recycled back to the jammer line. Bo Derelict came out of that with 4 points.
Yeah, nice work by Killer Queen from Duke City. Hits out the jammer and forces that call off.
So that's 8 each on that one. So still keeping Duke City ahead by 3 points with 26 minutes left on the second half clock.
All right, looks like we've got an official timeout, I believe, being called. So we'll straighten out a couple of things on the track. Stand by, everybody.
We're keeping them informed.
All right, it looks like we are about ready to, going to take care of some track maintenance over there in turn number 3.
It looks like Humboldt's got a skater getting checked out by the medics. Just want to check in, want to keep the skaters safe, and shout out to our medic crew. They've done a fantastic job this weekend. As much as we hope they don't do anything, we are very thankful that they are here.
Well, you know what they say about doctors. You'd rather have one and not need one than need one and have to go find one.
Thank you for that wisdom, Grandpa.
That's what they say.
It sounds like something my grandpa would have told me. So way to keep that saying alive.
My grandpa was like, put some whiskey on it. Like, rub dirt on it, walk it off. Put some dirt on it. Different character.
Well, it looked like a lot of people were checking out the vendors at halftime. Thanks for following our advice and supporting roller derby. Vote with your wallet. That's what I always say.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in the tooth gems now. I feel like I need I got tattoos. I got wigs. Now I feel like I need some tooth bling.
All right, teams back on the track. PK Rowland and Holly Seidel, your jammers.
And with that rolling whistle, it means we're ready to go.
That always happens.
Another cuddle party happening at the jammer line with PK Rowland and is that Holly Seidel? That is Holly Seidel.
Yep, Holly
for Duke
Seidel.
City. But Humboldt's blocker is released from the box, and with that, Holly Seidel is out as your lead jammer.
Yeah, Holly Seidel makes short work of that pack.
But PK Rowland doing a little start stash, making their way around for their first scoring pass. But Holly Seidel stretching that pack out, able to make it through for 4 points.
Yeah, they took a hit at the very end of the engagement zone from Nacho Amiga to no avail.
You love that name.
I'm forcing it in now, I know, I'm sorry.
We've got 2 of Duke City's blockers in that penalty box.
Yeah, this abbreviated pack may give PK Rowland a chance to do their thing. Let's see what happens. Last line of defense out there, it's Kells Inferno, and there goes PK, 4 points.
And Holly Seidel takes a look towards her bench and says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and call this, because unfortunately Duke City was able to get 3 more points in that jam over over Humboldt. With 25 minutes left, we got Duke City at 86 and Humboldt with 80. Sprocket Rocket is out there for Humboldt with Banff.
I am going to be pronouncing it Rocket.
Rocket?
With the E-T-T-E at the
Yeah,
end.
all right.
I am
Fair
from
enough.
France, however, so.
That's how they do in the good old French.
And speaking of Sprocket Rocket, they are your lead jammer for Humboldt.
And it looks like we've got some blocker in the penalty box, do-si-do, while Sprocket Rocket makes it out for 4 points.
Yeah.
But Banff is right behind them. Banff.
Sprocket Rocket, your lead jammer. In the driver's seat for this jam. They can stop it whenever they want to.
But Banff with a fancy little spin move with that last Humboldt blocker makes it out for 4 points. And Banff with that exclamation point says, here's my 4 points.
Yeah, gets her on Rotten Chulacore at the front of the engagement zone. Nice job.
Taking advantage of Sprocket Rocket not calling it until now.
Yeah, and gets a nice 3-0 jam for her team, keeping Duke City off the scoreboard.
I feel like
For
we
that-
need some clarification. Should we be yelling Banff because there is an exclamation point, or would that be rude?
Oh, I don't know. I think we can do that.
Banff! So now we got 94.
Feels good.
It does feel good.
Feels good.
Duke City 94 to Humboldt's 91. 23 minutes left. We have a Treyu out on that jammer line joining the cuddle party with Meep for Duke City.
Penalty box is vacant for the time being.
Treyu having a difficult time with this floor wall here in the back. This little
Banff struggling at the front of that pack, and it looks like, oh no, Banff whistled off of the track. So the Duke City Jammer,
that's Meep.
oh, I'm sorry, Meep.
Banff was the last one.
Got
Meep. Meep, Meep.
Looks like a high block penalty to Meep.
But Atreyu being sent on a track cut, so they will take a seat in that penalty box. And then Meep Meep will be released. Little Jim or Do-si-do.
You feel shame, and then you get free.
Then you get free. Shame, cling, cling, shame.
It's a microcosm of life.
It is. There's a lot of life references when it comes to Derby. Pack being stretched out beyond turn 2. Meep working hard to get past the last 2 Humboldt blockers and is successful. With an attempted apex jump.
That's what they
Atreyu is recycled back. Meep working towards the front of the engagement zone and is released and gets 4 points.
98-91 on the scoreboard as it stands in favor of Duke City. Great scoring opportunities for both teams in this extended jam.
Yeah, because there is no lead. So this will reach its natural conclusion. Little backwards toe stop work from Meep on that outside line.
Look at this one. Look at this one.
With Atreyu making it out of the pack for 4 points.
And that
0.
is-
Oh, that was the initial pass. So Atreyu took almost that entire time to get their initial,
wow.
but got it in there.
That's what you call defense.
But Meep Meep putting 8 points on the board. Duke City has passed the century mark with 102.
All right, taking the line for Humboldt, looks like Hotbox and Bo Derelict for the Duke City Muñecas Muertas. Penalty box is clear, and it looks like a team timeout by Humboldt. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. Well, the teams talk it over. 102 to 91 on the scoreboard in favor of Duke City. Game number 2, day number 3. Dust Devil almost over. Can you believe it?
I can. Time passes. It happens.
So
I don't
sad.
want it to end, though. This is good. I took vacation for this. So I could come enjoy 3 days of the Derbs. And it's been fantastic. It's been exciting. Points have been scored. Lead jams have been designated.
Penalties have been assessed.
Things have been written down by our wonderful NSO.
A lot of writing going on. Yeah, there has been a lot of writing today.
Everybody's had legible writing, I hope.
Yeah, I'm checking the statistics right now, and it looks like 23 gallons of ink have been used to write all of the writing today.
17 bags of ice.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I don't know how many pizzas have the refs eaten. They've had a lot. They're working hard. So we got Bo Derelict out on the jammer line.
Yeah, and
For Duke
hot
City.
box for Humboldt. Here we go. Box is clear. Jam is on, and hot box, your lead jammer.
Taking that inside line. Says, oop, it's open. I'm running. Goodbye. With Bo Derelict still working at the front of the pack, facing a very tough Humboldt tripod, being knocked to the outside. The hot box says, you know what? You guys deal with that. I'm going to score some more points.
Yeah, hot box slips around Killer Queen up there in the apex. 4 points.
Because she's a killer queen.
Absolutely.
And Hotbox running that inside line again for another 4, which brings them to 8 this jam.
Yeah, Harley Darlin trying to knock hot box out at the front of the pack. No luck.
Hotbox working on that last blocker for Duke City, able to make it through. That puts 12 points on the board for them. Bo Derelict still working hard against this very tough Humboldt tripod, being knocked to the outside and recycled back.
Yeah, Maud Behavior knocking Bo Derelict out there in turn number 4, forces her all the way back.
And Duke City sending a blocker to the box on a multiplayer penalty.
Star pass complete.
Star pass complete by Duke City, handing it off to their pivot. That is Kells Inferno. And by the time I could find their name, that jam concluded with 16-point jam to Humboldt. I believe that's a lead change. I believe we've had a lead change.
Math would tell us that, yeah.
Math would tell us, I'm not good at it, but I believe we've had a lead change. 102 to 107 in Humboldt's favor. Swear Marie sitting there just taking a little breather in the penalty box.
You look very at home over there, Marie.
It's only been her second time.
Her
She's
first
correcting
visit.
you.
Okay.
And in that time, Too Legit makes it out of the pack with Holly Seidel right behind her. And with that call-off, looks like Holly Seidel able to sneak 2 points in on that late call-off.
Yeah, nice work by Holly Seidel, skating hard through the 4 whistles to grab a couple of points on that pass.
Because she's too legit to quit.
Sure.
Nailed it. And I believe you wanted Venom, your shirt. We must give some attention to your shirt today.
Trying to represent.
You're so metal. So with that, we've got BAMF on that jammer line with
And-
Sprocket Rocket. But Sprocket Rocket is out and lead designation.
Yeah, meanwhile, Banff having a tough time there at the front against, it looks like every Humboldt blocker possible.
And with Swearin' Marie, she says, I've had enough of this penalty box. I'm leaving. But unfortunately, her jammer BAMF goes into that Xfinity RollerCon penalty box.
Yep, called off for a cutting penalty, so a nice opportunity here for Humboldt. They are ahead 115 to 104 right now, looking to stretch that lead here in the second half. And slips right around that last blocker for 4 points at Sprocket Rocket.
Trying to do a little bit of line work there, but is pushed back and is recycled about good 50 feet.
Yeah, Killer Queen dragging that jammer all the way back.
Now we're into 70 feet. Humboldt sends a blocker to the box. And Banff takes advantage of that and crushes it straight through that tripod.
And more bad news for Duke City. It looks like Banff being whistled off for a high block, and then an additional penalty, an insubordination call, so a full minute.
That is crushing. Because yes, if you are called on a penalty and you don't immediately leave the track, they will give you extra time.
You have to leave in an expeditious manner.
Expeditious. I like that word. That's a good word. That's a very big word.
That is a Saturday word, and today is only Sunday.
Good job. You went from giving advice that a 90-year-old would give to really big words. I'm super proud of you. So for your New York Times Sunday crossword puzzle, expeditious? Is that what you said?
It is not easy getting old. You'll find out.
Yes, I will. But I still got a few years, so I'm good.
All right, so it looks like we've got a team timeout on the track. Duke City using their timeout.
How are we doing out there, YouTubes? They've gone quiet on us again. Let's see. Watching in Ohio, let's go Sprocket. Come on, HRD. Go Humboldt. Go Hotbox. Go Humboldt. Go Hotbox. Ooh, Duke City. Duke City fans need to step it up with the shout-outs.
Yeah, the Redwood Rollers dominating on the internet.
Atreyu's getting another shout-out to our 58,000 viewers on the YouTube right now. Yes, Atreyu, we're talking about you. You're getting some shout-outs on the YouTube. They're loving Humboldt right now.
Your internet game is strong, Atreyu.
And if our producer had done their job, we'd know how many points you had. But that's all right.
All right, we are about ready to get started with this next jam. It looks like number 10, Banff, is in the penalty box, so we've got a power start for Humboldt. Atreyu, the only jammer on the track.
Because we have to have at least one. Can't have roller derby without a jammer. Stretching that pack all the way around turns 1 and 2. Atreyu is released for lead jammer designation. That'll make the YouTube fans excited. Ooh. We have somebody watching from Britain right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Attempted apex jump, unfortunately, was unsuccessful.
Yeah, the penalty box is doing brisk business with 2 blockers and the jammer for Duke City doing time.
Little cuddle party in the penalty box, as that's what's happening. Yay, Atreyu. Keep going. From the YouTube. But Duke City's jammer is released from the box, trying to make some quick work of this 4-wall in the back of the engagement zone.
Yeah, makes it around Eiffel Terror, 4 points.
Hey, look, there's your French references.
Oui.
Oui. And Atreyu's still coming around for points. Already put 8 up on the board. But Banff is released from the front of that engagement zone and ready to try to score some points.
Yeah, Atreyu getting some nice help out there from Zombie Stardust, the captain of the Redwood Rollers, giving some offense.
I believe that's a Bowie reference. Yeah, we got somebody watching from the UK. Shout out to Mojo and that call off. Yay, PK. There we go. Now Duke City's starting to represent on the YouTube. So we've got
Duke City's not taking that laying down.
No, they're not. So we got 2 legit on the jammer line with Meep for Duke City.
1 blocker starting in the box for Duke City. So a small advantage out there for Humboldt, and they take advantage with lead jammer 2 legit.
2 quit.
It seems
wrong if you don't.
At this point. Thank you for that confirmation, Atreyu. Appreciate it. And with that, we have a star stash. Duke City's jammer getting out of the pack.
135 to 104 on the scoreboard in favor of the Redwood Rollers, and that is the end of our jam.
You called that too soon, 139. They did get 4 points.
Timing is critical.
It is very critical. It's critical, and we usually fail at it, so it's fine. I'm being abandoned. Who's trusting weirdo on the microphone by herself? So we've got PK rolling at the jammer line for Humboldt with, who is that? 24. Smack Kilbury? Smack out jamming, but is having to take a slight break for about 30 seconds in that penalty box.
Yeah, Smack sent to the penalty box for a cutting penalty. That leaves PK all alone out there, another 4 points.
Don't leave me again. I got very confused.
Got weird, I know.
Got real weird. And we got PK coming around turn number 2, trying to see what points that they can add to their team's score to keep a hold of this lead.
PK slips around Kells Inferno, 4 more points. They are jamming unopposed with the Duke City Jammer in the penalty box.
But Duke City's jammer has been released from the box, coming to the straightaway. But makes some quick footwork and makes it out of the pack to complete their initial pass.
Yeah, Zombie Stardust with some nice offense again springs the jammer, 4 points.
We've got just under 12 minutes left in this second half, and Redwood Rollers are extending their lead, 151 to Duke City's 104. There's a point differential there. I can't do math, so I'll let you all figure that out.
Someone on the internet tell us what the point differential is.
We're on a 35-second delay, so unfortunately they'll tell us, and then some more derby will happen.
Seconds. I can get away with a lot in 35 seconds. That's crazy.
There's no sensors to knock it off, though, so... Kevin's looking like, I will cut you off faster than you can get anything done.
That camera comes with a dump button? Crazy. All right, we got a team timeout here on the track, so we'll take a quick pause. 151 to 104 on the scoreboard in favor of Humboldt.
And another shout out to all the NSOs and refs. Hashtag Team Zebras from the YouTube. We're up to 68,000 viewers. It's a very popular derby game.
Last one. It's the last one. Team timeout and which team? Stuff like that is awesome.
Is that Barth? Is that Party on Barth watching us and making comments on the YouTubes? I think Party on Barth has joined. Party on Barth has joined us.
All right, the teams are back on the track. It looks like we're ready to get started. Bo Derelict will be jamming for Duke City.
And somebody. Hotbox for Humboldt. With a full complement of blockers.
No one in the penalty box. I'm proud of everyone out there. Good work. Keep it clean, kids.
Proud of everyone. Everybody's doing great. A little bit of a traffic jam at the jammer line. But Hotbox is being sent to the penalty box for a forearm.
Got a little too enthusiastic on that pass. And lead jammer goes to Duke City. Bo Derelict. Duke City is behind on the scoreboard. They could use some points here. And now we've got a blocker for Humboldt in the box as well. The table is set for Bo Derelict.
But unfortunately, barely gets a track cut.
I think I put too much pressure on them.
Yeah, you did. You need to calm down. You need to just relax.
Cool my jets.
Just drink your water. Everything will be fine. So with that, Hotbox is released from the penalty box and is now going to try to make some quick work on getting their initial pass complete. But Killer Queen not making it easy. Bo Derelict being released from that penalty box.
Swearin Marie doing a great job blocking up front with Harley Darlin.
But Hotbox able to push those last two blockers to being out of play. But there is no lead jam, so this is going for the full time of this jam. And Hotbox says, you know, I might have sat in the penalty box for a second, but I'm going to come out and I'm going to score some points. It looks like Bo Derelict is still working very hard, pushing that tripod, very solid tripod, at the front of the engagement zone, forcing them to have to bridge off and then be released with a little star stash. And that's the natural conclusion of this jam.
All right, it looks like the Humboldt Redwood Rollers are calling for an official review. So they're going to huddle up in the middle of the track and figure out some stuff.
Talk about what they're going to have for lunch.
Now, it's serious talk in there now. Come on.
You all do take it very, very seriously, don't you? And we appreciate that.
I don't, but these guys do.
Not today, Saint, not today.
I'm like a happy clown up there.
So it's you that's talking about what we're having for lunch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can we speed this along? Tomorrow we'll close, people.
So with that last jam, it puts Humboldt extending their lead 157 over Duke City's 105 with 9.5 minutes left in this second half.
Don't forget, everybody, coming up next, we've got North Star versus Happy Valley, our upcoming game after we finish up with Duke City and Humboldt. So stick around. North Star and Happy Valley at 1 p.m. Are we Pacific time, Central time, Mountain time?
We are Arizona Mountain Time. We are our own time.
Ooh.
We do not change. I've lived here my whole life. I've never had to change a clock. I've had to adjust TV viewing schedules when I was younger because of it, and it drove me nuts.
Yeah, the old people in Arizona can't figure out that changing the hour thing, so we just leave it alone.
We do. We
Leave
do.
it
Just
alone.
leave it alone.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
after them at 3 p.m.
Well, I'm one of them. I'm one of the old people, so that's why. That's a rule
It's
for
all
me.
your fault. So, and with that, at 3 p.m., we do have Tucson's own Saddle Trams versus V-Town. And at 3 p.m., if you bought raffle tickets for that MVP passes to RollerCon, you want to be present. You want to be present because that's an exciting thing to win. And let's throw it over to Jeff with the update.
All right, well, we got the word on the official review. Humboldt was looking for a cut call on the Duke City Jammer, and it looks like they got it. Bo Derelict is in the penalty box, so they're going to retain that official review.
And Atreyu's going to have a power start.
Yeah, sharp
for
work
Humboldt.
over there by the coaching staff of the Humboldt Redwood Rollers.
Humboldt trying to take advantage of the little bit of offense that they're getting, but being recycled to the inside. Taking advantage of lane 4, having about 2 inches, takes that and gets lead designation.
And hold on, Bo Derelict coming out of the penalty box and going right back in for a cutting call.
That's interesting. Illegal re-entry.
Yeah, she returned from the penalty box illegally, so back she goes.
We've got Atreyu, big smile on their face, saying, you know what, I'm having a good time. I'm scoring some points.
Isn't it lonely being the only jammer out there, though?
It kind of is.
Like you would want another jammer to hang out with? No, probably not.
And with an apex jump on turn 4, Atreyu puts another 4 on the board.
Now the internet is really going to get crazy.
I mean,
In 35 seconds, the internet is going to blow up.
the internet is going to go insane. And Atreyu saying, the announcers are distracted, I'm going to score some points. But then Bo Derelict comes back out of that penalty box to complete their initial. But Atreyu says, I've done good work. I've scored 16 points.
Yeah, no
I'm
time
out.
out there for Bo to get much done.
So Redwood Rollers throwing another 16 points up, taking their lead now to 173. And Duke City's been held to 105 now for a few jams. Atreyu just collecting all the fans on the internet. Team timeout to Duke City.
Joe, or somebody. The plot mean that they kept.
That's just what we were talking about. Yes, that's a new scoreboard.
As they say in France, ha
It's amazing, Jeff. You can learn new things.
That's a great touch, though. I like it. Yeah. I don't think it's getting so good.
So, as we have a team timeout to Duke City, we've got Banff on the jammer line for Duke City, and Sprocket Rocket on the jammer line for Humboldt. We've got a little bit of a cuddle party on that jammer line because these blockers are just ready to do some work. Penalty box is clear.
Nice job.
I'm learning.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's good.
I have my ear in my perfume. Sometimes yeah.
So Sprocket Rocket, and who's the other one?
Sprocket Rocket being knocked to the inside and recycled back to the straightaway. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
You took the words out of my mouth. Both jammers having a heck of a time here as they have finally made it to turn number 1.
But Banff makes it out of turn 2 with lead designation. Trying to make up some points for Duke City.
Yeah, Duke City trailing on the scoreboard. They could use some points here. Banff's going to do their best to try and close that gap. Goes up again. Oh, and there goes Banff past that last blocker. Maud Behavior knocked down.
Putting 4 points on the board. But update, Humboldt's jammer, Sprocket Rocket, has been sent to the penalty box.
All right.
Not sure why. I wasn't paying attention again.
Banff is out there on a power jam now, so it is up to Humboldt to try to stop the bleeding. And there they go, Banff for 4 more points.
With some sweet offense from Swearin Marie.
Yeah, Duke City looking to close the gap here, still in a power jam situation.
Sprocket Rocket being released from that penalty box.
And 4 more points for Duke City, and again to the penalty box goes the Humboldt jammer, Sprocket Rocket.
6 minutes, 56 points. That's what the record is. What's that?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, she's in the penalty box. They did something they weren't supposed to, and they went to the penalty box. And with that, Banff for another 4 points, bringing that to a 16-point jam so far as it reaches its natural conclusion.
Natural conclusion.
Is that natural?
There's a natural conclusion.
The time ran out of that jam clock. So 16 points to Duke City, bringing them to 121. Now we've got a 52-point game.
Geeking out about that plus sign. I cannot stop geeking out about it. I love it.
That's exactly.
So an update on the scoreboard, something new. If you see a little plus sign next underneath or right where the official review goes, it means that they retained their official review, and Jeff Mann is losing his mind over it right now.
I love the technology you kids are using. Meep Meep out there jamming for Duke City.
But Sprocket Rocket has been released from the penalty box.
Yeah, Sprocket Rocket starting the jam in the box, but we've got lead jammer for Meep Meep. Duke City looking to get back in the game and close the gap. And again, the Humboldt jammer goes to the penalty box. Sprocket Rocket returns to the sin bin.
You don't see that very often with a jammer getting a multiplayer, but sometimes it happens when they attempt to take a shirt whip off of one of their players and it blocks an opposing player. So it does happen. It's rare, but it does happen.
Meep Meep is going to try to take advantage of it, and they do, slipping around that last blocker, Nacho Amiga.
There you go. You got it in. And with now getting the pack moving a little bit, Meep Meep takes advantage and says, Meep Meep, I'm out. I'm out of here.
We've got about 4 minutes to go, a 40-point differential between these teams, and Meep Meep looking to close the gap even more. Ouch! Hit hard to the inside.
With a Duke City blocker going into the penalty box on a low block call.
Yeah, Harley Darlin whistled off the track.
But Sprocket Rocket finishing their initial pass. But Meep Meep calls that, putting another 12 points.
Official review. They're going to use that review they retained.
Excuse me, putting 15 points up on the board for Duke City, bringing them 136 to Humboldt's 173. And what's happening?
7 points, 3.5.
Let's see. We've got a timeout on the track. I can't see what kind it is. Team timeout?
Team timeout. So we got a team timeout. Now, how many points was that in 3 jams? 37? 37 points?
It's a lot, I can tell you that much.
There was a lot.
We got 3:23 left. We got a 37-point lead.
There we go. Jam refs are busy today. Yes, they are. Always busy.
It's all that counting.
On a
1,
Sunday?
2, 3, 4.
On a
yeah.
Sunday? Who wants to do counting on a Sunday? But I do see Too Legit out there on the jammer line with Holly Seidel for Duke City. Ooh, whip it, whip it. Appropriate song for the roller derby. Little Devo action. And we're off and running on jam number 16.
Yeah, Duke City starting with 1 blocker in the penalty box.
And Humboldt takes advantage of that with Too Legit getting lead designation.
Yeah, Too Legit takes advantage of that abbreviated pack, gets lead. Ouch! They are hit out hard to the outside, though. Nice work out there by number 206, Skellalore, the captain of Duke City.
But with a nice spin move coming out of turn number 2, that is Holly Seidel with 4 points on the board.
Tons of steel within the penalty box, and I didn't notice. There's only 2 minutes to go. Wait, I think they're going back.
And Too Legit coming around for another 4. It's going to go ahead and let it run.
Well, it looks like puns of steel sent to the penalty box, giving a small pack advantage to Humboldt.
Too Legit being hit to the inside, being recycled back to that jammer line. Holly Seidel pushing, working so hard against Humboldt's very strong tripod.
177 to 140 on the scoreboard in favor of the Redwood Rollers. 2 minutes to play in this game.
With Too Legit saying, you know what, I'm just going to keep throwing some points up here. All is well in the world. It's a good Sunday morning. Oh, excuse me, Sunday afternoon. Now both teams showing strong tripods in the front and the back against these two jammers. Trying to get any inches that they can. Getting encouragement from their benches. But with that 2 inches on the outside line, makes it through for 4 points. And I think Too Legit called that as it was ending anyway.
All right.
So with that, 12 points to Humboldt.
All right. Looks like Humboldt calling for their official review, but I think they're going to use it just for a regular old timeout.
Which stops the clock at 1:17. So we've got a chance for 1, possibly 2 jams. You never know what can happen in a minute and 17 seconds. Lots of things can happen.
A lot can happen.
Duke City, 144, Humboldt, 185. That is a 41-point difference.
And don't forget, immediately following the conclusion of our Duke City Humboldt game, we've got North Star and Happy Valley going to lock it up. So make sure you stick around. If you're watching at home, send out for some Cheetos. You're going to be on the couch all day.
And we've got the YouTube.
What's
Also,
happening on YouTube? What's
They're
happening?
agreeing that counting is overrated, but then somebody else is saying it's only 4 points. It's not that hard.
It's like a parallel universe over there.
It's like they're listening to us, all 63,000. That's frightening when the internet talks back. Oh, what's going on? Some things are happening.
More is happening.
Oh, has Duke used theirs?
Yeah, Duke's trying there.
Duke's following up with their official.
All right, so we've got an official review happening on the track again.
Because again, we're in a 35-second delay.
This time Duke City using their OR.
They said, you know what? We all have timeouts. We all have official reviews. Let's just use all of them. Because if you don't use them in the game, you
Waste
lose
not,
them.
want not. Yeah, you cannot redeem them at the bar for a drink or anything. An unused official review just goes to waste.
It does.
And who wants that?
Nobody. Team Nacho, Purple and Zombie from Knife Dance, watching all the way from the UK. Speaking of time differences, what time is it in the UK?
7, 8 hours
I don't know. They'll tell us in about 35 seconds once the delay is done. I believe the sun has already gone down in the UK. So they're having a nice little nightcap with some roller derby. And it looks like we're going to be given some words by our officials. I'm going to throw that to Jeff.
All right, Duke City was looking for a forearm call to be called against the opposing jammer. However, the call on the track, the no call, is going to stand.
So they had some discussion and then nothing happened. Is that the shorthand of it? Okay, cool. I like the shorthand.
They talked it over. They got it right.
So with
PK
117,
Rowland taking the line for Humboldt here late in the game, and Banff will be out there jamming for Duke City.
you said that incorrectly. It's Banff.
Banff.
Banff. There's an exclamation point at the end of their name. So with just over a minute left on this period clock. The tripod defense on both teams staying strong. But it looks like Banff got a no pass, no penalty, was able to leave the pack, but does not have lead.
You nailed it. PK took off their cover, however.
But Humboldt has taken off of their cover for a stash, so this will go the full 2 minutes.
Bonus roller derby, people. No
Bonus.
extra charge.
Bonus roller derby. All for the low, low price of just sitting in your seat. Banff being recycled to the inside here between turns 3 and 4. With PK Rowland doing another star stash, but you have to have that helmet cover on to score points. So even though they passed everybody, they only received 2 points. But Banff keeping that cover on and putting up another 4 points. And this is getting interesting. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Banff trying to make it through on the inside there in the back stretch. Now bounces out and is hit out of bounds.
And we'll
Being
be
forced all the way back to the back of that engagement zone.
all the way back.
All the way.
But PK Rowland still working at the front against Duke City's tripod. But the pack is starting to move a little bit, so those tripods have been broken up. But that is it. With that rolling whistle, that brings us to the conclusion of this game. Unofficially, we have Duke City with 156 to Humboldt 190. I don't know about you, but that was some great derby.
That is.
That was some great derby, some great bantering with the internet. It's been a full day for me already, and it's only 12:30.
Only 12:30.
And with that rolling whistle, we have an official final score of 156, Duke City to Humboldt 190. So come on out, give a little high five to these two teams. They fought hard, they did great. We're going to take about a half an hour, about 25-minute break, and we're going to be seeing who are we seeing?
We'll be coming back with North Star and Happy Valley in just a few minutes, so stick around, everybody. If you're here in the arena, head over, get yourself something to drink, check out the vendors, support Flat Track Roller Derby, buy T-shirts, buy stuff.
And don't forget, you only got about 2.5 hours left to buy those raffle tickets for the RollerCon MVP passes that will be announced at 3 p.m. So give us your money. You know you want to. And we will catch you later. This is Weirdo. I am done announcing for the day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.